Hey guys, so I know it has been a while since I've uploaded and there's a lot to say, so this might be a long video, so bear with me. Also, I'm coming at you from the back of my minivan because I dropped the kids off at their dance classes, and so I have like 45 minutes to try to bang this out. So hopefully it's coherent and I can do it in one take, but we'll see. So, for those of you who have been following my weight loss journey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm still doing a weight loss journey. It is just taking a slightly different turn. So I don't know if I mentioned this. I should have watched my last video before I filmed this, but I think in my last video I mentioned going to the doctor because I was tracking everything. I was tracking my workouts. If you were watching me, you know I was doing 2 workouts a day, about 2 hours a day for my workouts. I was tracking everything down, I was measuring everything, tracking everything down to the tiniest bites, being so good with everything. And my body lost weight the first couple of weeks, and then it just kind of started to plateau. And there were even some weeks where I gained weight, and I was like, mathematically, this does not make sense. I'm burning way more calories than I eat. I'm always usually it was like a minimum of 1,000 calorie a day deficit. And I was like, this just doesn't make sense. And I just wasn't feeling, there was parts I was definitely getting stronger from my strength training workouts, and even cardiovascularly, I was feeling better. But overall, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. So I made an appointment with my doctor, went and saw him. He ran every type of test you could think of. I'm fortunate I have very good insurance, so I only had to pay a $25 copay, so that was very nice. But he tested everything. And also I really like my doctor because he's very nutrition and health focused. He's not so much just slam a bunch of medicines down your throat. He's very much he listens to you. He looked over all my things, all my exercise, not journaling, but tracking everything I was eating. He went over what I was eating, how much I was eating. He just isn't one of those in and out, here's a prescription type of doctor, which I really like. He also doesn't make me feel bad about being a fat girl. And it's because I avoid doctors because of just personal experiences I had as a child. I'm kind of terrified of hospitals and doctors, but that's a story for another day. But I have heard other people talk about going to the doctor as a fat person. They're like, oh, your eyeball hurts, it's because you're fat. Your arm hurts, it's because you're fat. I don't know how much of that is true. I'm sure there is some of it that is definitely true. My doctor, I'm so grateful, is not one of those doctors. So he listened to me. He's like, all right, we're going to run a bunch of tests. Based on all the symptoms, if you look up symptoms for hypothyroidism, those were all of the symptoms I was feeling. And so I didn't say that to him because I just listed my symptoms and kind of wanted to see what he thought. And right away, he suggested that. So he manually checked my thyroid there, and he said, oh, it feels like it's okay, but we'll still do all the blood work to check. And I'm like, okay. So he checked my thyroid. He ran every type of hormone test. He ran all of my vitamins, minerals, all of those things. And he said, we'll run all these and see where we're starting from. All my blood work came back pretty good. I have no high blood pressure, no high cholesterol, no diabetes, nothing like that. My thyroid is fine. The things that are out of whack is all of my hormones. I have PCOS, so I have high testosterone, androgen, all of the male hormones. I have high those. And then my estrogen's really low and whatever. And he's like, well, that's why you carry the weight the way you carry it, because I'm short, so that doesn't help me because I don't have a lot of spot for all of my fat to go. But my limbs aren't crazy big. I carry all of my weight right in my trunk, right in my middle. And he said one of the reasons for that is because of your testosterone levels and your androgen levels, because that's typically where men carry weight. If you look at a lot of men who have dad bods, or they tend to get beer bellies first before the weight goes other places. He's like, that's why you carry your weight so much in your middle. It's just because of your hormone levels. And I'm like, cool. So those were all out of whack, which I knew they were out of whack, because I've had 15 years of fertility problems and treatments, and I know all of those are bad. The only other thing he said that was out of whack was my vitamin D levels were very low. He said that could be some of the reason why you're feeling tired and sluggish and whatever. So he told me to take 2,000, whatever the dosage is on a vitamin bottle, like the units, 2,000 a day. So I've been doing that. So he's like, so the good news is there's nothing really wrong that we can correct that would help in your weight loss. That's also kind of shitty. He didn't say shitty. He said bad news. But because what that means is my body is working against itself. So he's like, here's the thing. With the way your hormones are and everything, if you wanted to go the all natural route, which would be perfectly fine if that's what you're wanting to do. But just know how you've already been plateauing. You'll probably continue to plateau for 2 to 3 years. So what that means is you continuing to bust your ass, and you continuing to be in a calorie deficit for 2 to 3 years. And at that point is when your body and your hormones will finally start to be like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. Like, he said it in a different way, but essentially that's what it is. Like, okay, we'll get on board now. And I'm like, because I'm like, am I the type of person who can do that? Because it's like, I have no problem following a diet and exercise program when I'm seeing results. Like, and even if I have a bad week, like, that's fine. I can still push through and do it. And, you know, as long as the other week is more progress, you know. But I'm like, if I'm just not seeing any progress, I know myself. And I will not continue to do it. Because if I'm seeing no progress, if I'm just going to sit at 300 pounds, whether I'm eating chicken and broccoli or eating a cake, like, yeah, in my head, I know that the chicken broccoli is still more nutritionally dense and better for me. But F that, I'm going to eat the cake because that's just bananas to me. So he asked me, he's like, what are your feelings about weight loss surgery? And I'm like, I'm neutral. I think it can be a great help to some people. And I think kudos to the people who do it like on their own, so to speak. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Take a little sip of water. But, what was I saying? Oh, so he's like, okay. He's like, well, the reason I bring it up is because if it's something you're open to, there's something that happens during weight loss surgery, and we as a scientific community don't fully understand why. But specifically, when you have PCOS or other hormonal problems, there's something about the weight loss surgery that before you even lose any weight, you know, whatever, that your body like resets during the surgery. And that's huge to me because I'm like, for me, if all the weight loss surgery did was fix my hormones, I can follow, if that just lets me lose the weight, I can follow a diet and exercise program. Like, I can do that. Not saying it'll be like easy because it is still hard, but I mean, I can do that. I know I can. But when my body's working against me, it's like, well, okay, no. So, he's like, you know, just, it's something to think about. He's like, I've just seen so many success stories for people with your same type of profile where there's not really a specific problem, but your body is just working against you. And I'm like, okay. So I went home and talked to my husband, and my husband kind of had the same reaction I did. He's like, wait. If it's going to fix your hormones, like, let's do it. Even if you don't lose weight, if it fixes your hormones, let's do it. Because it really freaks my husband out, which TMI, but with PCOS, I have very, very irregular cycles to the point where I basically don't have cycles unless I take like supplements like progesterone or other hormones that my body doesn't make. So I can go like a year without a period, which sounds great and dandy, but it's like not healthy at all. It puts you at a really high risk for cervical cancer and other issues. So it really freaks my husband out. And I know it's not good either, but it's like, it is what it is. That's my body. My body sucks. So, it doesn't suck. I'm grateful for the things my body can do for me. I'm grateful I don't have any major medical complications. I understand that a lot of people my weight would have a lot of other medical comorbidities, and I don't. I'm sure if I stayed at this weight for the next 10, 15 years, I would. But right now, I'm healthy, aside from being a fat ass. So yeah. So I decided I'm going to have weight loss surgery. So for those, I know there's a lot of people who I say a lot of people, I have like 10 followers. But for the people who follow me because I'm doing like a traditional workout program, I appreciate your support. I love it so much. But if like a weight loss surgery type of journey isn't what you're interested in, I totally understand. And it is what it is. Not everybody is into this. Not everyone thinks weight loss surgery is like the right way to go. And I get that. But it's the choice I'm making for me. So anyone who can stay and support me, welcome to the party. Eventually, after the weight loss surgery, when I'm cleared to work out, I will be working out again. So I will get back to documenting all of that. It's just for these couple weeks pre-op, and then probably, I don't know. I mean, everyone's kind of different depending on your recovery from it. But I would say maybe 2 months-ish is kind of what I've seen of the average before people can start working out again, after the surgery. So there's going to be like a good 3 months of no workouts. I will be showing like what I eat for the surgery. But yeah, if you're not interested, I get it. If you want to tune back in 3 months when I'm back to my normal stuff, then yeah, you can follow me then. But, I don't know. I'm just feeling excited. Mostly just about the hormones. Like, I'm sure that doesn't seem like a big deal to people, but like, my hormones just affect so much of my life. On top of making me fat, they just make me feel so crappy. So I'm really excited to get those fixed. And obviously, I know the surgery will also help me lose weight, which can only help me better my life as well. But I'm just excited. Yeah. I feel like it's really good timing. My kids are 3 and 4. They, sorry, they are at the point now where like they're always on the go and they want to go to museums and go to zoo and go to all these places. And, you know, like this summer we went to some of those places. I went to the zoo. My husband couldn't go because he's also has his own weight issues. And he knew that it'd be a struggle for him to keep up and walk around the zoo. So he opted to stay home. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't control you or that situation, but I can control me. And I'm going to be the mom that these kids deserve. I'm going to do what I have to do. And if weight loss surgery is it, I'm going to go and do it. It does kind of scare me just because it's like, oh, well, what if I don't wake up? But I have a very good doctor. I've done a lot of research. So yeah, I know of 2 people who actually have went to this doctor. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm not feeling nervous at all, really, to be honest. I'm just ready to like get it done so I can start the recovery process. The nutritionists there told me they want me to do a 2-week liquid diet pre-op right before the surgery, and then she also wanted me to do another 2-week before that, so I'd have a full month of like their 2 types of diets. So right before the surgery I'd have 2 weeks of a liquid diet, and then before that I'd have 2 weeks of their, it's basically like a high, I was just about to say high calorie. It's not high calorie, high protein, low carb diet. Sorry, I had a little tickle in my throat. So it was 2 weeks of a high protein, low carb, what was it? I don't remember if it was 1,200 calories or 1,500 calorie max. But I'm about 6 weeks before surgery, and I just decided to start that diet now. So I'm currently doing the high protein, low carb, just because I figure an extra 2 weeks of that diet wouldn't hurt. And plus it let me start basically, well, yeah, I did start on January 1st. So it's kind of cool just because it's like starting the new year, 2020, on a good foot. So, yeah, that's what I'm currently doing because it's January 6th. I don't know. It's Wednesday. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I have, I don't know. Yeah, about 6 weeks, five weeks until my surgery. So I'm super excited. Yeah. Any questions, anything you want to know, you can ask. Otherwise, my next update will probably just be, I don't know what I'm eating. I don't even know what it's going to be. I just wanted to let you guys know, where I'm at. I am still, I did weigh in on the 1st, and, I was at like, I don't know, less than the last video I posted. I believe I was at like 306 or something. I don't know. If I remember, I'll put it in. 306, 307. So from where I started back in, when did I start? September, October? I don't remember. I think I started around, was it 330? I don't know. I should have looked this up beforehand. Sorry, I'm not a good vlogger. But yeah, so I'm like about down 25 pounds-ish. So that's good, but I still have a long ways to go. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Ask me whatever you want, and I will chat with you guys next time. Okay, bye.